Alright, all kidding aside, today we're going to be working on a backup sensor and that obnoxious noise that it keeps creating every time you start your truck. So we'll go through the steps to identify which one is actually bad, how to remove the rear bumper, and replace it. So let's get going. To begin with, we have to identify which one is bad. So we insert the key, let the gauges come up, push the parking sensor. That noise is telling you we got one that's not working. Then we're going to go back and try to identify which one is ticking and which one is not. So I know it's a rear one. So this one is the one I identified as not ticking. So that's one we're going to replace and see if that cures our problem. So to do that, we're going to have to remove the bumper, which is going to be 4 bolts under here, 2 in the fender wells, and then 4 underneath it. So in the fender wells, you got 1 here, and then 1 down there that we got to take out. There you go. And then this bumper just pops right off. So let's get that going. To get this trim piece off beneath the rear tailgate on top of the bumper, you need a trim tool of some kind. So as it sits in the bumper, you're going to push against this and lift up. And then you pop off 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 tabs, and you work your way across. It comes out pretty easily. This lip is what you're trying to overcome inside the bumper there. So when we go to reverse it, it'll be literally just stick it back in like so. Easy day, right? All right, let's move on to the second part. Okay, in an effort to save time, I loosened up all these. There are 5 total. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I already loosened them all up. So you take all those out. And then underneath, you have 5 more. So 1 there, 2, 3, 4, and 1 on the very end makes 5. All right. So now that I got those out, I'm going to go ahead and take off the 4 bolts in the fender liners, which are here. There it is. And then I'll get right back to you. Okay, so took those 2 bolts out. And then there's 1 underneath that I forgot to mention. You got to take that out. And it's a plastic screw like this. It should just pull right out. One of those Christmas tree looking things. All right, so now that that's done, then you just kind of bravely give it a tug and pluck it off. All right, I'm gonna need 2 hands to get this off. I got 1 end that's stuck. Let me try it this way. And there you have it. 2 hands is what it needed. Piece of cake, really. Once I got a little snap out of there, it came right off. So there's the feed for the parking sensors. And you can see it lays out all 4 of them. And this is the one that I need to change. So let me get my paws in there, get that sucker out, and I'll show you how it works. Okay, so getting this out is pretty simple. Got a button here you push, boop, and the connector pops right out. Okay, and there's only enough wire to go to that one, so you don't worry about mixing them up. And then you got a tab. A tab here and a tab here to free this out. So if you got big cake grabbers like I do, you're not going to get them in there. You're going to need something like this, okay? So here's the tab. There's one of them, and there's the other one, okay? So we got to get those undone to get it out. All right, now let's get the new one. Okay, so now I have the new one, and here's the new one. Here's something that you might want to consider. These come in black. The new sensor here comes in black. It's not painted. You have to paint it. So what I did was when I ordered this part, I also ordered a can of Zermatt silver so I can spray it and slide it in here so it matches the other ones. So to reinstall, you just find that notch on the top right there, line it up with the groove, snap into place, put the connector back on, snap, and that's it. Then we reverse the process as far as the 5 bolts on the bottom and on the top, and then the 4 bolts in the fender liner itself, and don't forget the plastic screws on the very bottom of the trim, which is here, the very bottom of the bumper trim. So I'll clean this out and get it put back together, and then I'll show you the final product. All right, gang, here is our finished product. Everything lined up pretty nice, just like they did in Sully Hole. Nice and easy day. Okay, I got to tell you though, the biggest problem I had doing this job, believe it or not, was getting this panel back on. What a pain in the butt that thing is. You have to get it lined up perfectly with the tabs. Okay, that little tip I will give you. Other than that, there's the new one. There's all the other ones. You can tell this one's definitely been replaced. All right, oh, we got to do a test. Make sure it works. All right, so let's do that. Now's the chance where we get to see how smart we are. All right, ignition on 2. Beep. Ah, it's good. Tone is off. That is outstanding. All right. All right, guys, so that does it. We replaced our sensor, we tested the sensor, and we found out the sensor is good. Okay, so the tools you needed were the 8mm for the 5 bolts across the top and the bottom of the bumper, the 10mm, the screws that are inside the fender well itself, and then some kind of trim removal tool or something or other for those little plastic tabs that are on the very bottom of the bumper trim inside the fender liner, or right just outside it. You'll see as you go along. It's pretty self-explanatory. Pretty simple job. Like I was saying, the whole thing took about 30 minutes. Not a big deal. And we got good tone. So when you put it in reverse, it just does the one tone and it stops. Not the continuous tone, like the one that just attacks your nervous system or something. So we're not going to do that no more. And that's a beautiful thing. So easy day. If there's any videos you'd like to see or any questions you have, please let me know. If there's anything you'd like to see in the immediate future, please let me know about that too. Like, comment, share, subscribe, and we'll see you in the next video. Take care.